Now, as we start having states coming online, for those of you that sell locally, watch the data from those states. Bid aggressively in those states. Why? Because that all those cheap clicks that Rand talked about, they're intelligence for your larger state rollouts that are going to cost you more money. I want you to be thinking, all right, if I'm in a state that's opening up in X, Y, or Z areas, let me try a lot of different things right now. Shouldn't I test 4 or 5 different messages now so that by the time I finally go out of Georgia, who's opening certain things up, to movie theaters maybe someday opening up in New York City, don't you want to already have figured out how you need to talk to your customer and what resonates best? Much as I'm not a fan of the approach, theaters are open today in Georgia. I'm not a fan of the approach, but how would I be more effective for a client who was in that space right now? I would look at Google Trends. I search for the word movie theater and I can see the trend over the last 7 days. And I can see, okay, there's an uptick here. It's starting to move up. But what I really like is the rising searches. So now with this, so typically movie, what are the things you think of? Georgia shelter in place order is not what I think of when I think of going to watch The Mandalorian. It's really important to use tools like Google Trends at the today, 7 days, 1 week, 90 days, etc. level, because you'll start to understand these related queries, which might help you get in the minds of your searcher a bit more. Because the first customer to show up in Georgia today at a movie theater, I don't think things are going to be the same way they always were before. But really, as marketers, the more intel you can get on what they were searching before they show up, the more empathetic you can be to the concerns of the customer, which is just good business. So again, like I said earlier, increasing your branded PPC budgets in a state that's just starting to come on board, it's a smart idea because you can get all the different words around your brand that people are using to better understand what their concerns are. If you're a site where people use a lot of site search, slice Georgia out separately, see what it looks like, see how those folks are responding to things. Or if you're able to, survey people specifically in those early states, because it's only going to help you to build a playbook for later.